Cusák busák, vítejte u dalšího videa. Dneska tu bude rap, pravý rap. To je dlouhá doba, co jsem nestreamoval, docela mi to chybělo. Dneska jsem chtěl streamovat nějakou textovku, ale vzpomněl jsem si, že dneska jsou 18. narozeniny vietcongu. A budem to oslat s vývojáři. Počítám s tím, že to bude delší stream než normálně. A že budu u toho méně komentovat, že budu spíš komentovat vývojáři. Aby jsme si rozuměli, tak ono je jeden Discord server, kde je 100 lidí. Připojí se asi 80 lidí do voice chatu a hlavní náplň toho streamu bude prostě poslouchání těch vývojářů. Tohle to bude spíš jako, že tohle to bude sledovat ze záznamu friendly. Jako pro ty, kteří tu hru neznají, tak tohle je Vietkong, je to early access hra na Steamu, stojí právě 4 eura. Má hodnocení záporné, ale tak víme, že demokracie nefunguje a že jsou blbci, kteří prostě hodnotí špatně ty hry. Zdravíčko Regano. A zdravíčko Jimele, Alex, Kubarte a všechny. Je skvělá hra. Já to nemám koupený, já to mám, víš co, já to mám pirátěný tohleto. Tak jako, ale to snad nebude vadit jako vývojářům. To mě... Jeden přítel, že vlastní tuto hru. OK. Já se asi můžu připojit do voice chatu. Už se tam skládají lidi. Když tak mi řekněte potom, pokud budou všechny zvuky v pohodě, v rovnováze. Zatím je tam klid. Takhle to tady vypadá. Asi si můžu jen tak jako zkusit, jestli ten Vietcong bude v pohodě fungovat. Měl jsem s tím trochu menší problémy. Nastavoval jsem tam bitrate. Respektive jsem ho zmenšoval a doufám, že to bude v pohodě. Jako jsem si propočítal nějak jako, jak mám rychlej internet a jaké bitrate bych měl v tom případě mít. A nějak jako nevím, jestli je dobrý mít 3000 kilobitů, jo, 3000 kilobajtů za vteřinu na videu. Konečně stream po delší době. Jo. Já jsem měl jiné věci na práci. Škola, prezentace jsem dělal. Dělal jsem actually docela náročnou prezentaci o Game Boy History do informatiky. Teď ještě musím udělat o ZX Spectru. Už mi tam někdo kecá. Dark. To je ten nový Wolfenstein? Ano, to je nový Wolfenstein, se odehrává z komunistického Vietnamu. Proč ne? Vietnam je skvělej, teda je hrozný, ale je to skvělý na hru. To nebylo rasistický, to jsem nemyslel rasisticky, jo, to někdo jako chce nahlásit. Teda rasista jsem, jo, ale... Joku. Já nevím, co můžu všechno říkat na YouTube, to je ten problém. Ale asi můžu hodně věcí říkat na YouTube, když mě sleduje tak 5 lidí. A řekl bych relativně věrných. Wolfenstein Return to Tunnel. Ne, tunely, prosím, ne. To mě zajímá, jestli někdo změní tunel. Já jsem to změnil při minulém voice callu. Ten remaster, co hraješ, vypadá hrozně. On to je... To, jako, ono to nejdřív vyšlo z fanouškovského HD packu a potom z toho jako vývojáři to vzali a vydali to jako placenou hru, že?
Good evening.
Už tam kecaj.
Well, for some of us, it's a
Hello.
Good morning, good evening, good middle of the night.
Day.
good afternoon.
Hello, guys.
Já jsem mutnutý. Musím zkontrolovat, jestli už není.
So, I'm Jarek. I'm one of the co-founders of Terradon who have been developing Vietcong. So I'm glad that you are here. I see that we have already a nice differentiation of other developers. So hello, Christian. Hello, Pavlo. Hello, Jerry. Hello, Fob. Ciao, Shigor. Hello, Thomas.
Hello,
Are you there?
everyone.
Do we have Peter Mores here?
Hey guys, I'm here.
Hi.
Hello.
So, and I see more people from the developers in the list of people who are there. So welcome, Zdeněk. Hi. Pavlos is here as well. Hello. Interesting. A lot of people. So I'm glad that you came. I can actually.
Smrdi vietnamský.
We are actually not able to show video, which is weird.
Video?
Because we have more than 25 people.
Ještě nic nedělaj.
Are we able to share the screen? Yes, we can. Probably. So,
Do you have streaming set up?
no, I don't have streaming set up.
Yeah, I'm already streaming to YouTube. I already posted the stream on the text.
So anyway, I'm glad that you came. So it's been 21 years since we started making vietcongu, and 18 years since we released it. So it's a mainly celebration for us developers, and hopefully it will be interesting for you guys as well. So I would like to start with the video, which hasn't been released anywhere.
Oh.
It's actually a development diary from I think 2001. After 1 year of developing the game, and at the time, which some of you may know, some of you may not know, the game was supposed to be Rambo. So we were taught by we discussed with our publisher, and they wanted really to us make a game with the license of the John Rambo movies, and we started. And MJ is here. Is it you? It's great. So Eric, MJ in the brackets, is actually the second founder of Terradon, our lead programmer at Terradon. So that's really interesting. So we've been working on the game Rambo and it was funny because I never saw the movies back then. So we got back of the movies on the VHS cassette because back then it was video recorders and video players, and we looked at it and we started making game about John Rambo when he was in Vietnam. So I will show you this this development diary, which basically shows how we started making the game. We'll see our crew visiting Vietnam. We will see Zdeněk Mezihorák studying a lot of documents and books about Vietnam War, and we will see something, some shots how things look back then, 20 years ago. This will be 4 minutes long, so although maybe it will be boring for some of you, it may be interesting, but you can survive surely 4 minutes. And then we will we'll let Petr to play us some song. Then we will probably discuss a little bit, play some more songs, and then we'll see how it goes. So okay, and then the plan is that at 9 approximately we will join some game of Vietcong multiplayer. Maybe if you are interested, we can start playing the single player and see how it, and maybe have some like documented playthrough, which would be quite weird because I haven't played the single player for a very long time. But anyway. So is it good like this? I see more people coming. Yeah, we have a lot of developers. So maybe before we start, can I give word to my colleagues from Pterodon to say something?
Snad nepotřebuje překládat. To by
Hi there, Zdeněk from Berlin. Now, how are you?
Hi, Mezi.
I'm happy to hear everyone. That's very nice. Fucking enjoying it. Drinking some pills and having fun.
Oh, that's awesome. So anyone, any more messages from?
Okay. Hello to everybody from Jerry. Still in Brno. Not for long.
Not for long. You are going back to Vietnam,
Já
right?
se stěhuju do Výškova, Jari. V klidu. Ne zas tak daleko.
All right. Christian, can you tell us something with your brilliant English? Christian was our web master back then. He was actually 14 years old when he joined the Pterodon team, working from Denmark.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm still in Copenhagen, Denmark now, and I'm actually old enough to play the game now, which is kind of nice.
Nice.
It's good to be here.
Benny, you have something to say us?
Hi guys. It was a great time developing Vietcong, and it's great that even after 18 years, the community is kind of alive and we can meet here. So great to see many people. I think part of the success of Vietcong was that we were every day going to a pub, drinking beers and stuff, and
and sometimes we didn't return.
yeah, but it was a bohemian time, I would say, but it was great because we were like sharing a lot of thoughts after the work and being able to discuss it like with the beer. I think it helped and it was great. So I think now it's a little bit different because we all have families and there's not that much time to spend like the time off together. And I think it was great. thing to do it.
Yeah,
So
part of that
basically enjoy the
was
evening.
we were younger.
Sure, yeah, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, so thanks, Eric, for making this, and enjoy the evening.
So Benny was a programmer back then, working on the editor and also scripting missions. And we have another mission scripter here, Shigor. Shigor, will you say something to us?
Well, as Benny said about the pubs, I'd like to add that I'm really sometimes missing those times off in the strip bar across the offices.
We all do.
Sometimes think we made more work there than in the office.
Yeah, well, before the build gets packed, we could have some beers there. True.
And with the strip bar, we had that stripper for the Vietcong too. Do you remember that? When we were sitting there in the night, just two of us and the stripper.
Like you mean the motion capture for the game?
Yeah.
That was her?
You don't remember how we started it? We were sitting in the strip bar and we asked each other, do you think she could be talked into getting in a motion capture?
Oh, I actually forgot about that.
I think Eric was happy he forgot.
Well, I don't know.
Why didn't you take me there when I was visiting?
Because you were only 14, Christian. And you were always there visiting Brno with your mom.
That is true.
Okay.
Jak jsi to
Tomík,
slyšel? Já myslím,
will you tell us something? Tomík was a 3D artist. He was actually 18 or maybe 19 when he was working with vietcongu, but he looked at he looked as 15 years old. He still does a little bit. But he is not saying us anything. I don't know.
He's writing, so it seems he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have a mic.
Okay, he doesn't have a mic. Never mind. Anyway, what about Fob?
Milionový vývojář nemá mikrofon.
Fobik doesn't have mic.
Fobe, promluv.
Okay, doesn't have mic either.
Yeah, hi. I'm not Fobik. I'm Michal. So I just wanted to say hi from California, and really cool hearing you all guys. Can you hear me? Actually,
yes, we can.
Okay, cool.
Good morning.
Takes time from California, you know. So
it's not the morning. We are going to have a lunch in a few minutes, and then we are going out. So I'm joining just for the beginning.
Cool. Awesome. And what about Janošík? Is it you, Janošík?
I'm afraid Jano doesn't have a microphone either.
Okay. So thank you for this introduction. I will start sharing this development diary. We can probably put it on YouTube later in better quality. Well, better quality. It has bad quality anyway.
Je actually Big poslouchat, tak se politik slyší. No, ještě měli předchozí sešlost, ale tam bylo tak 2-3 vývojáři.
Can you hear the voice? The sound?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. By the way, Eric, did you write
a storyline of existing movies on Rambo, we decided to narrate his Vietnam War adventures. The story itself is a fiction, of course, but it's really the cherry on a huge cake of subtext of real war, the cultural and historical events that took place at the end of 1967 and beginning of 1968. John Rambo participates directly or indirectly in actions inspired by real operations carried out in the NAM.
Like a dog without a bone and actor out of roles.
Actually, the project is divided into two parts. On one side, we have the single-player game, in which the player controls the character of John Rambo and goes through the pre-planned actions that put together make an interesting story. On the other side, we'd like to use to the full the created world of Vietnam gripped by war for a great multiplayer project. So, the player becomes one of the soldiers and, depending on his experience and specialization, he'll have certain vocation and rating. Large groups of players, then, will be able to meet in many and various battles created on basis of actual war operations that took place in Vietnam. Four of our designers are busy studying the materials and basic data. The American Army has declassified most of the documents and reports from Vietnam War. Their study provides us with wonderful means of getting hold of topic for game tasks. Part of the team went and worked in Vietnam itself. They traveled through all the important places of Vietnam, the towns and villages, the plains, jungle, the coast, caves and the tunnels. We spoke with many people who had lived through the war, and we diligently documented everything for the designation of the story and for the process of creating the graphics. It is the task for the designers now to join together this information based on reality with entertaining playability, and in doing this to create really superb missions for the game. Design documents are ready and in use. Their English version is being translated. The motion of the characters and animations have been processed with the use of the Ascension motion capture at Illusion Software disposal. Thanks to this, we can have plenty of quality animations and create a unique vivacity of all characters in the game. As far as the modeling of military equipment is concerned, we've been utilizing not only the photo documentation and blueprints, but we've been also working with plastic models. Using them allows us to make an exact model of desired technology in a very short time. We are creating the rest of the graphics from the great quantity of materials and data we've collected. The objects are of realistic proportions, and thanks to detailed photorealistic textures, they are looking great. The game development is in full swing, and according to expectations, the project should be finished in September 2001. It should be introduced to the gaming public in May 2001 during the planned public beta test.
Okay. So it was actually 21 years old. So what do you think? You see some of the faces that have spoken just before. We see Zdeněk Mezihorák, who actually was the voice of turning the game into a proper Special Forces Vietnam game after we learned that the Rambo license will not be happening. So thank you, Zdeněk, for this. I think all the fans
Thank you.
are appreciating your effort on the research and on your work persuading the team to make it truly Vietnam game with helicopters and traps.
Chybí mi tam ta stripterka.
It was a pleasure.
And we've seen some modelers Jerry, who's spoken before, doing some plastic models. And also our expedition to Vietnam. I think it's important to say that back then there was no Google, so basically you can find few texts on Yahoo search, but definitely not photos. So it was very hard to get information about how things were. So we really need to send people to Vietnam, to various museums in Czech, to shooting ranges and everywhere. So we can really do the game quite authentically. So, quite weird. I'm talking all the time. Maybe we should give some space to Peter, our animator, and also a musician. He composed the tunes that you hear in the game with the guitar. So, Peter, it's really bad that we can't see you on video playing the music, but at least we can listen to your voice and then listen to the tunes. So I'm giving you word. And
Hey guys, do you hear me?
Yeah, hit it.
Si nahraju na MP3 na mobil.
Awesome. And can you hear the sound of music actually?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, we can hear the music all right.
Okay, I'm it might be cutting off because of like noise cancellation or something like that. So so this is without video, right? Is it can you guys see me or it's not working?
oh, I don't think video is working. Maybe if you can put yourself on a screen somehow and then share the screen, we can fake it maybe like this. Because Discord obviously is allowing sharing of the screen, but not sharing of the video.
Okay, let's just try. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna go ahead and play. So go live. Do you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hey. So yeah, so I've thanks everybody for being here. I think I can't believe it. It's awesome. It's really it's like a dream come true almost. It's, so I'd say that I speak for everyone if I say that we really appreciate you guys showing up and doing this with us. And I just when I was told by Jarek to play some music, I kind of I forgot all of it, of course, because it was such a long time ago. But I went back and the muscle memory helped me a little bit. So so I have like 4 tunes. Of course, there's the main one, the Pseudo Hendrix, as is known now. It's not the official title. It was just something that ended up in the build. And when people ripped it from the build, it became the name of it. But I would also like to play some other stuff, like the theme song from Vietcong 2, and also there's another one from Fist Alpha, which is actually my personal favorite. So I'm gonna go back in time and just play you a little bit, some licks from Vietcong 2 that some of you might remember. So. Are you guys ready for it?
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
For it.
Oh, let's try.
Kostro, doesn't work.
Chtělo by to poladit citlivost mikrofonu, seká tě to.
Kostro.
Is it vanishing or?
Yes, it's cutting some sound.
Yeah, I think it's the noise cancellation. Maybe it's
So
basically what.
Can you click on the microphone icon in the Discord in the bottom left corner? There is voice setting, and there are if you scroll down, there are some video some quality of service.
Hele, pravým tlačítkem dole na ten mikrofon, tam je prostě nastavení a tam je vysloveně nastavení citlivosti.
Echo cancellation, noise reduction, advanced voice activity.
Ne, like tam je automaticky určitý citlivost vstupu a pod tím citlivost vstupu.
Mm-hmm.
Stáhnout citlivost vstupu, ať to pouští při nižším levelu.
What is the English for it? Is it?
Já to mám v češtině.
Please check the text. You can see instruction over there. I just posted the picture.
Where is the text chat?
Bylo by epický, kdyby zahrál ještě tu znělku z
Is this the text chat or
druhého DLCčka.
Where am I looking in game text? Okay.
To se mi taky líbilo. Ale už si nepamatuju.
Echo cancellation. So these should be switched off, right? Noise reduction. Okay. Let's try. So one more time.
Maybe check also the.
Okay, so I'll try again, and you tell me if it's working.
No. Ale buď si dej ten mikrák blíž k té kytaře, a nebo je tam ještě prostě jedno nastavení. Mělo by tam být vysloveně šoupátko, kterým nastavuješ citlivost.
Zkoušel jsi to nastavení Kostro? Přímo v settings Discordu najdeš voice and video a pod tím je několik nastavení mikrofonu. Je tam vyloženě noise suppression a je tam input sensitivity.
Jo, to jsem myslel, ano.
Teď tě neslyšíme vůbec.
This one.
Jo, funguje.
Yeah, it works.
Much better.
Do you have it? Okay. So I need to remember to switch it off after I'm done, actually, so that I don't kill the whole chat. Okay.
It's fine.
So, one more time.
Yeah.
Sorry about the difficulties. Okay, let's try. Sorry. So that was
Yay!
Very nice. Very nice.
Great.
Great.
Thank you.
Nice.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And over to you, Jarek, then.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe we are hearing echo.
We are hearing echo.
And actually, I can use the same trick as you, Petr.
Čekal jsem, že zahrají
Hello.
to DCčko.
Yeah, we
Hi
can hear
guys.
you.
Hi.
So that was one of the songs. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We really have no time to practice it technically. We are still busy doing games, you know. And as Jerry said, we have families and friends. So now, anyone has a question or what should we do?
Wow, everybody's speaking up.
Hi, Lens.
What? Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you fine.
So actually, I don't have any more videos prepared for you. So what we can do probably we can play some single player and talk.
Oh.
Unless any one of you have some questions regarding the game development or anything regarding the people who are now there, like the developers. So
Těžký gamer sluchátka.
I've got a question.
Yep.
Hello. Hi.
Yes, sir.
Hi, my name's Marty. Sorry, I might have arrived a few minutes late because I had to get up at 6 a.m. in Australia. I'm actually in Australia and it's 6:30 a.m. for this wonderful, wonderful event for which all of you fine people have come. So thank you. And my question is really simple. It's more of a comment, I guess, but I loved listening to the chat between you guys and being a little bit of a developer myself. It was wonderful. And also a bit of a musician myself. It feels a little bit like you might be getting the band back together. I think that's the expression. Is that what it feels like to you guys?
Well, actually, I will not lie if I will tell you that we are thinking about, or I'm thinking about doing some game which will be set in Vietnam. And it would be nice to get our beloved Vietcong as an inspiration for that. But this is not what I would like to talk about today. We are here to celebrate the past today.
Jelikož má gauč za sebou, tak sedí na zemi.
Indeed, absolutely.
Má třípatrový gauč.
Ooh.
Happy birthday, Vietcong.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cool.
I have a question.
Yes.
What was the hardest part about the game development?
Well, hardest part about development. Well, back then, 20 years ago, the hardest part was probably that we did not know what we are doing, and as you've heard in the dev diary, we were doing some game. We were thinking that will be done in 2001, and it took us a year and a half to finish it. And I think I don't know, several months before the game was released, we still haven't got all of the levels in place, which was kind of weird. So that was difficult. We didn't know what we are doing probably all the time. We were just like enjoying the development, which was kind of nice, I guess.
Typický český studio na počátku
What about
2000.
other guys in the team?
Yeah,
What
all the technology was created from the scratch. So, go on.
Hmm?
It was amazing. Now you can get some Unreal Engine and half of the job is done, right? So it's completely
True.
different back then. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, making technology was hard. Actually, Michael, the lead programmer, he just left because it's lunchtime in California, so he goes for a walk. But he was like sitting in the office like 16 hours every day, including weekends, doing coding. He was actually doing the engine itself, plus the gameplay mechanics, AI, and stuff. We had back then the team was like 6 programmers maybe, and that was quite unique, I would say. Nowadays we have teams of like 10, 20 programmers using engine which someone else did, and or having another 50 programmers doing the engine. So it's quite different.
Crazy.
Actually, I have a story for this question to share. I remember when we were crunching for the last month or two, we were actually finishing the vietcongu soundtrack, and we got stuck in the studio, which is outside of Brno. And I remember because it was my 30th birthday on that day, and so we were mixing. We were working on the final mixes of the game soundtrack, and we were working through the night, and somebody came to pick us up with a car, and the car broke down, and I had it still in my head that it was my 30th birthday, and we didn't have time to celebrate, or because everybody was working all the time, and so the car broke down, and we spent basically the night trying to fix it, and we got back to Brno, and it was maybe 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was Tomáš Šlápota and myself and the guy who was picking us up, and I said, we have to celebrate my birthday, guys. It's my 30th birthday. It's never gonna happen again. And but everybody was so tired that we did buy some beers at the gas station, but I ended up drinking them in the phone booth. So that was my 30th birthday. With vietcongu crunch time, right there.
Well, Petr was one of our oldest guys, together with Zdeněk. So we are in our 20s, the rest of us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I have one as well. Petr just reminded me about it. When we started to create the first tutorial level, it was me and Zadar. He was an artist. Now he's a programmer. He kind of converted, but back then he was an artist, and so he started to make the level. And we said, okay, so what it will be about? There will be some hurdles, there will be some obstacles, so the player will run through it, and we will put some like commander there, so you will know what you should do, right? And so we did it like we spent 36 hours in a row, like on that, without any sleep, and we finished the first tutorial level. It was kind of like complete. There were no great things like to change or fix after that. And since we had some sleep, lack of sleep, we were really, at the end we were really like inventing like stupid things. So we said, okay, so what the colonel who was there should be saying. And we put there lots of swear words and really nasty things. And then we kind of finished it, put it on the server on SVN, and went finally to sleep. And then Shigor came to work and said, okay, so there is a tutorial level, it's ready to be translated. And he translated the bullshit that he put there into English. And then the team sent it to like a proper translation to, I don't know where we were translating, and it ended up in the game at the end, and it was a great success. But it was just like dump of our brains, after like 30 hours plus of non-sleeping. So that was how the first tutorial level happened, and then we kind of created the rest of the tutorial to be similar, and then Hidden and Dangerous copied the whole thing because they liked it as well. So yeah, that was the tutorial.
Well, I thought it was Shigor in the first place doing the swear words. I didn't hear about this story.
No, it was me and Zadar.
No, the original first mood setting was Benny. I just improved it a bit and added it to the rest of the tutorials.
So Benny should be doing tutorials in all games. Very good.
The news are broken.
I can't guarantee anything, but it can be success.
There was a question in the chat. Who won the match between Illusion and Pterodon? I actually don't know. Have some of you? Yeah.
He would say that.
But I'm not sure how it went. I think we've been playing several matches. It was like in some kind of forest, and I just remember it was quite harsh. And maybe we've won something, but I'm not sure who was the winner.
Se baví o paintballu nebo?
Petra, maybe you can stop sharing your screen. Or actually, you know what? You can give us another song since you are sharing.
Ty se musí nastavit.
Okay, let me try to. I need to go to the settings again. So.
Pro Antyho, tak teďka tu posloucháme vývojáře, jak vytvářeli Vietkong, nebo prostě nějaký příběhy říkají. Potom bude single player, kde bude komentovat, tak nějak. A potom bude multiplayer část, kde se s ním zahraje.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so I'd like to play for you all the Fist Alpha theme song, which or just the riffs, a bit of it, because I don't have a band with me, unfortunately. But that's actually my favorite one, because with the first one it happened so quickly that I didn't have the time to think about it. But this second one, I was already in the zone. I knew a lot more about Vietnam and the war and the ambience, and thanks to Mezzi and his research, I learned a lot about the war. And so I think in this tune there's a lot more. It's a lot more tense. It's really, I feel like the war vibe in it, as it were. And I really like the recording of it also, because we were recording as a band together. We were not tracking track by track, but we were working together. So it's truly live, it's live music, kind of like Led Zeppelin would used to record or something, so
not surfing bird.
Say again.
Not surfing bird. Not surfing bird.
Yeah. So okay, I'm gonna try without the band.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yay!
Mám úplnou chuť si to znova zahrát.
Great. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Kostra.
Thank you.
So,
Furt psali na pozadí, mu tam pípalo.
do we have some more questions in the chat? We have some beautiful photos.
Hi, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I'm Kurt from Belgium. I had a question. How did you came on the idea to put airstrikes and a radio man in the game? It seems to me now, looking back to the game, it was ahead of its time then. Or
Thank you.
is it-
That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I came with this idea. It's fully based on my research, what I did. Yeah. It was I've noticed that special forces are required to contact the base camp regularly and give the report. So I thought, hey, this is a good idea. It's very gamey. Let's use it. This we will save the game this way.
Mé kytarové srdce je potěšeno.
That's it.
Yeah, very nice. I like
Yeah.
it. Yes. Yeah. I
Thanks.
also noticed maybe not directly related to Vietcong 1, but Vietcong 2, it had levels. You had to play for points. You get levels. You get more options in game. And if you look at the games nowadays, it's the same. You don't get everything at the start of the game. So also Vietcong 2, I think it was ahead of its time. I think. Yeah. So thank you. It was a very nice experience. Still is. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, actually, do you know that Vietcong was probably the first game which used aiming down the sight as animated in 3D? Because some journalists have been saying that it was Call of Duty, but Call of Duty was actually 1 year after Vietcong.
Yes.
Yes.
We've seen like 2D weapons, like aiming down the sight in other games. Like I think Hidden and Zeros had something.
Yeah.
And what else? Some other games probably as well. But it was just a 2D sprite that was
Flashpoint
placed.
at that time.
That was
was
placed
big
over the
inspiration.
screen, but in Vietcong actually it was the animation that was put to the in front of the player's eye. So actually,
For me,
I have.
I started VC1 and then aiming VC2 anytime, while I doesn't like VC1 before.
Okay.
But now I play VC1 on servers as usually admin or whatever. I don't know. Maybe player, and I have admin rights to change maps or whatever, or restarting. Difficult between these games, really high. Why?
Cool. So actually, I have a short video for you, which I will play.
Copy.
So in this video, this is us, or actually me, walking with a squad of guys who were like playing Vietnam soldiers. They were the from the clubs of military history. They were collecting the uniforms, gear from that era, and they were basically playing with the airsoft guns with their authentic gear in the forest. So we actually they just took me there so I can see the feeling of how the squad worked, how they moved in a formation through the forest. And the funny thing was, like, this thing that we are seeing now, it was some kind of event where many of the, like, several of these clubs of military history were playing together. There was some kind of objective, like get to some hill, and few groups were defending it, few groups were trying to get there. And the funny thing there was that we actually didn't see much of the enemies. There was some fight once, which I didn't really saw because I was in the back of the squad, and they started shooting. Then we crawled out from the contact, and then that was it. So it actually showed me that war was not really about shooting hundreds of enemies like in some other games. Now he's preparing trap, I guess. So this is just for you to see what kind of references we had when we were designing the game. We saw these guys acting.
It's really hard. It's extremely hard. Yeah, good. Okay. Jungle is different to maybe Europe placements and woods and fields and whatever. That's right. Sometimes we see reacting. I play really Science 2003. See, was a little break. I came from VC2 X 2000.
Okay, so Petter, maybe get ready for another song, and we can look at some questions that are appearing in the chat. So I see, is there anything in the game you ended up not liking or wanted to improve but couldn't? What is the thing in the game that you are the proudest of? So me personally, I would add a hint telling the player in the tunnels that there is a flashlight on the F button. I don't know about you, but it was... Christina is asking if Petter can mute the Discord notifications during the play of the music.
I'm a Discord noob, guys. How is that done, actually?
Petter actually installed Discord because of us today.
No, I have it, but I use it as a chat. So don't disturb right here. No, I have it, but I use it as a chat. So don't disturb right here.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm learning.
cool. So anything else? Some more questions? What is the thing in the game you are the proudest of? So guys, what we are proud of? Well, we are proud of the fact that you guys are still playing the game. That makes me proud because I think it seems like we did something right. And we discussed it already like a month ago when the fans first invited me for a playtest. So everyone talked a lot about like how the player controls work, how the behaviors of weapons are nicely done, and the camera. So things that even now it still feels good. So I think that's good that we made it like this, so you can still enjoying it even after those years.
Yeah. I'd have to say I'm proud of everything I've done on Vietcong. It's still the project I'm most proud of. Even though I've worked on some other great things. It's still the best.
I'm proud of your little teddy bear, Jerry, which was placed in the...
Well, no, not teddy bear. That was a rabbit. And thanks to Fob for the texture. Yeah, it was a great joke, and it worked.
Yeah, it was hidden in a different place every mission, after every mission.
Tak tento easter egg mi chybí, no.
Cool. So, Petr, shall we do some more songs? Petr, are you with us?
Oh no, he probably put on Do Not Disturb.
He's not there, is he? Anyway.
Možná když mu napíšem.
In that case, maybe you, Jarek, can...
you can sing, Jarek, yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, audio-wise, I can't sing, but I did the first placeholder voice. Ah, we have Petr.
Can you hear me?
I see myself. I hear myself.
Yo.
Okay, let's try the D&D. Do you still hear me? Hello, hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this should work without the notifications. So, okay, so I was saying, I don't know if you heard or not, but I suggested that I would do two tunes at once, and then you guys, I think it's time for you to get to playing, right? Or I would not hold you any longer. So I would like to play two tunes now. One is Good Morning New Pack, which is the main bass music from single player from Vietcong, from the original one. And again, this is just version for one guitar, so I'm doing what I can here. It's not the whole band, but
can we have the video?
Okay, I was hoping that you will not remember the video.
No. It's the best part.
It's I know you like my mustache, but it's where can I? Okay, screens, applications. It's not showing up. I mean, okay. I'm trying. Okay, this is not working, right?
Stumble.
I'm gonna try again, sorry. Screen share, how do I get to... It doesn't offer me the window that I saw before, so I'm not sure what's up with that.
You can stream wall screen.
Screen.
Jestli řekl správně. Wall. No, to je jedno.
Screens, screen 1. It's okay. I think I see it now. Is it working? If
Yes,
you
it
guys
is
see me?
working.
Yes, it is
Yes.
working. Yes. Okay. I'm
We
not
see
sure what
your
was wrong.
mustache.
See your mustache. Okay. So, good morning, Nupek. I think this is a fun tune. Basically, when I was composing these tunes, I was always thinking of you know, a 60s band, and so you know, there was something that I started off with Hendrix. There was something that I started off with Carlos Santana, and I think this was my lame attempt to sound maybe a little bit like Rolling Stones, and like early Stones, you know, like the 60s Stones. And so this is Good Morning Nupek.
Amazing.
Yay! Nice.
And so, as I said, I would like to make it quick so that you guys can go and play the real thing, not just listen to the music, which is not the most important thing, of course. So I would like to play you the pseudo Hendrix, as it's now known. Actually, I'm gonna mention how it came about. This tune, it was very quick, and Jarek here, he came to me. I think it was on Thursday or something like that, you know, or maybe Wednesday, and he says, "Hey, we are releasing a trailer on Sunday afternoon or something like that, you know, and we need some music. We need some original music." And I said, you know, there's not enough time to compose or even rehearse with the band and record. You know, it's just too tight. You know, it's just like 3 days. And And but Jarek said, I want you to do something anyway, And remember, in those days, it was all games had like big orchestral music, So we just it was like a placeholder music basically, So I said, okay, what is it's the 60s game, so I'm gonna try to quickly put together something that sounds like 60s music, that I grew up with and I like and I learned a lot. And because obviously I love Jimi Hendrix, and everybody loves Jimi Hendrix, who plays the guitar, because he was amazing. So I just tried to come up with something that sounds like Jimi Hendrix Lost Track or something like that. And because we didn't have time to write something for the band, I just wrote this, and I wanted to be lyrical. Just like Jimi Hendrix, like Wind Cries Mary or something like that. And it was a weird feeling to see the first trailer with such peaceful and lyrical music, but I think it has maybe some tension in it, a little bit of it, and we thought of it as a placeholder, and we thought that we would get proper music, quote unquote, later. But our sound engineer Pip, he sent it to our publisher. He sent the build to our publisher with this as a menu music, and I think that it was someone at 2K. They said, this sounds right for the game. This sounds good. And so basically the publisher decided that this would be the music, the title screen music for the game. And so it was a complete chance. It was an accident. We didn't plan it like this, but it just stuck. So okay.
Děláš za 3 dny nějakou shitty písničku, ona se stane
Can I try?
nejpopulárnějších skladeb.
Camera.
Ready for it?
Celý hry.
Camera.
Celý hry.
See my mustache?
Chápete?
Is it working?
We see it.
Okay. So is it okay? Right. Let's try. Hey.
Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
That's that.
Nice.
Cool.
I believe everyone been waiting for that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Almost crying, Kostra.
Sorry, guys, I totally missed it. I played an endless game and I totally forgot the time. Sorry, guys. I hope the servers are still up and we are still having fun.
We didn't start playing yet, but you missed the concert. I'm afraid.
Oh, damn it. I love that soundtrack.
Cool. So guys, what should we do next? I was actually someone told me on the chat or somewhere that there is some kind of league being played tonight, but I think we will not disturb it with our presence. And we can either go to play single player. I will be playing and sharing the screen, and we can talk over it, or we can just turn our, or I can stream and we can play multiplayer, which will be quite funny because last time we did it, I got like, I don't know, 97 deaths and 3 kills. But I was most of the time talking, so not paying too much attention to snipers and whatnot.
I don't know if you're up to it, but how about a player versus player role play round?
Wow, no.
Not. Okay, we've had one of those. It's like, is it almost? I don't know. It's most likely 10 years ago, and it was so fucking amazing. The intense because you can hear the other players talking, and you're all playing one life only. So you want to survive this shit. It's really is a game changer. And it's if you're playing it like in the Vietnam movies, you'll fucking love it because it's so intense and amazing. It's more about the role play than about the winning. I don't know.
well, I think it would be good for you guys to play it, but there is really, well, we can stream it maybe, but someone is voting for playing single player tunnels without the flashlight.
The tunnels map and PvP. Oh my fucking god.
Myslíš, to teď, to byla dobrá
No,
challenge.
actually,
Projekt tunely bez baterky.
So let's do a little bit of single player. I don't know. Let's try it, and then we'll turn single player off, and we play multiplayer together. All of us. Well, everyone who has a computer with the game on, and
Když tam
then
máš inventáři ty svítilny,
some people
taky
can
ty zelený, co tam
slowly
hodíš na zem.
disappear.
A tak
Whilst
prostě
you are
do
still having
hráče
fun
nutí,
playing against each other, maybe that
nutí,
could be
aby
the
si
best.
tam po tom tunelu šel a
We're actually
skladal
not
si ty
going to
světla.
announce anything today.
Ale
Some
potom mu to
people
stejně
have been
nevystačí.
thinking that we are going to announce something, but no, that was just us, you speaking about the game, listening to music, looking at some videos. So I don't know if you guys have the version to play. Well, I will actually just share the screen.
Hrát mulťák nebo? Teď jsem...
It's not giving me option to share the beautiful...
Yeah, you might have to run it in a window.
I will run it in the window. It's a good point.
Tak se projít to napojím.
Beautiful. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yep.
Tak bude hrát hrát kampaň. Tak to zase líbnu.
So, thanks to Zdeněk, we have helicopters in the game. I'm very glad for that he pushed us to make helicopters. Thanks to Jerry and Richard, we have the models and textures. So that was very nice. We have our one of our designers, Michal Marianek, who was like wannabe movie director.
My name is Steve R. Hawkins, Intelligence Sergeant. When I first arrived in Vietnam, I got stuck in the rear for 3 boring weeks, serving as an instructor for the Vietnamese Special Forces at Nha Trang. Not bad duty, really, but incredibly boring. Now, with that behind me, on my way to Noi Pek, a hot camp up in the Central Highlands, and a chance to see some action. Finally.
By the way, this was innovative too. First-person view with visible hands and legs. You can see your own legs. Unfortunately, only in animations, not in the game itself.
I was out with him on a night ambush. We're going after some BC tax collectors. Group of local BC were stealing rice from the local bill. Villager sent us a message.
Is that your teddy bear?
Yeah, bunny, not bad.
Me, Douglas, and a few of the yards. They were so surprised they didn't have time to wet their pants. After we blew the claymores, they were all lying there, totally wasted. But then we went to check the bodies, another bunch came up on us. We had a dust up there for a minute, then they DD'd, but Douglas was unlucky. Hey, shit happens. At least it was quick. An AK round caught him in the head. He was out of it before he even hit the deck, man. Poor bastard. Yo, Noi Pek camp is right ahead of us, guys. Get your stuff together. We don't want to stay any longer than we have to. So here it is, my new home. Take care, man. Tell those REMFs at HQ to come out here and start earning their pay. Wilco, don't work too hard, GI. Keep your ass down.
Hey, man. Good old CJ is back. Good to see you. Who's the FMG?
This is Hawkins, our new intelligence sergeant. He's PCS for the camp now.
Yo, I'm DeFort, the radio operator. The captain wants to talk to you. He should be in the TOC bunker.
What
The one with the American
the
flag
fuck just did
flying.
happen here?
So, CJ, how was Saigon? Up to your usual tricks?
Well, you wouldn't believe what happened to me this time.
You know that anything's possible where you're involved, CJ. Come on, man. What happened?
I was in that bar we trashed when we brawled with...
Sorry, mate.
So funny thing about these squad mates. So first of all, the names. They are actually the names from the Rambo squad. If you watch the movie, you will hear that he names them DeFort, Cracker, Bronson, and so
In
on.
front of me must be the TOC bunker. There's the flag. The captain should be inside.
Hello. Another funny thing is that the faces for the team are the members of the Brno art scene. So they were like painters and artists. Captain Rosenfield, actually, he's the
Sergeant First Class Hawkins reporting for duty. Captain Rosenfield, sir.
Welcome to the camp, Hawkins. We're a couple of men short right now, and glad to have you. First off, since we're way out in the boonies here, Hawkins, we can cut the parade field crap effective right now. Don't salute around here, or you set me up. And whatever you do, don't read a map while you're standing. You'll set yourself up. The VC snipers in this AO are about the best I've ever seen.
Roger that, Captain Rosenfield, sir.
Cut out the formal shit. We're a different bunch here.
Okay, sir.
This is our TOC bunker. The place where team meetings and briefings take place. Now follow me, I'll show you your bunker.
So Captain Rosenfield is like a leader of. He's a professor at university, teaching conceptual art. No, actually not conceptual art. What is it? Zdeněk, you may help me.
I think so. You were right. Yeah, I think he was out of the conceptual studio.
Yeah, it's not concept art, it's conceptual art. It's basically, you just describe what you want to do and it's a concept. It's not an art, actually. It's just a concept of an art.
It is fucking art. Shut up. Of course it is art. Come on. It's more than anything.
Sure.
Anyway, it's a great artist, and it's funny that he's in the game. It's crazy.
A friend of ours just posted on Facebook that he's turning 70 this year.
I think so. Yeah.
Hello, Captain Rosenfield.
No jo, rozbitá hra.
Oh, fuck.
To by se ve Fortniteu nestalo.
I'll sort my shit out later.
So where's the bunny? Jerry.
I think at the bed.
You drop it there.
Ah, I have it.
Now, time to get a proper weapon and do some shooting practice on the
We got ourselves a bit of an improvised range here. This is where we train the CIDG troops. They're mostly local montagnards here. Mountain people, basically. We train them to use weapons so they can give Charlie a hard time. We give most of them carbines since they're small people. Once they get some weapons training, they're pretty good. They're keen to learn, friendly, and most of all, tough fighters. While most of us hug the ground with our weapons getting in the way, these dudes stand on their tiptoes during the firefight so they can find their targets. You gotta love them. Unbelievably brave soldiers.
So we also invented this thing. When you crouch, you are hidden behind the obstacle, and when you aim, you pop up a little bit so you can shoot.
So there's a couple of questions in the comments as well. Do you want to hear something?
So, Christian, maybe you can moderate it a little bit because I can't play the game and read the questions.
All right. So we have a question from Tabasco. Did Full Metal Jacket inspire you?
To je film od Kubricka. Taky z
Did you hear me?
Yes. So, what was the what was the question again?
So there was a question about whether Full Metal Jacket inspired you, Vietcong.
The movie.
I think that's the answer.
So, can someone answer, like Zdeněk, maybe?
I've seen the movie, yeah, of course, but not particularly. I don't think so. No, I was more into these original sources. I was more interested in documentary movies and things like that. Yeah, but I've seen it. I don't remember if I used something from the movie. I really don't. Sorry.
Well, actually, we get in. There was actually inspiration for the tutorial, Sergeant.
Yeah, maybe this one. Yeah. Mood,
but,
maybe. Yeah.
But the rest was different because Full Metal Jacket is about, I guess, Marines, some infantry guys Marines or infantry guys just doing some regular tour in Vietnam, whilst we were special forces on a highland. So yeah, I don't think.
I remember some of Full Metal Jacket for Viet Cong 2, maybe.
Including the ones with Chuck Norris. But as Zdeněk said, we took inspiration mainly from the books and from the articles because they were much more authentic, I would say.
Yeah,
And
authenticity. What was that was what I was up to, and yeah, I thought that in these documentary movies and these original documents from U.S. Army, I found more interesting things than in Hollywood movies. Yeah, they were mostly shit anyway. So except this one, Full Metal Jacket is perfect, but the other, it's usually shit. So I don't know. I was searching for something what's gamey, what can be used for the game, and movies are not always the right source for that.
Yeah, Christian,
maybe it's shocking, but in my opinion, it's like that. So,
Christian, you have some more questions for us?
I do. There's some questions about the voice acting, both the English and the Vietnamese ones. Where you found those voice actors?
So actually, the voice acting was the English voice acting was done by Take-Two. They were crash. Wow.
Nikdo tu nemá fanouškovský fix.
Oh no. Yeah, game crashed. So I think it's time to us play some multiplayer. Someone wants to nicely point out that we should stop playing.
Napojím se tam.
So there was some inspiration for Basecamp movie with Green Berets.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It was a little bit propagandic, the movie, but as Zdeněk said, he read all the material, so we did some more realistic version of that. So back to the voice acting. Voice acting was done by Take-Two. I think there's some studio in London, so maybe British actors, American actors, or actors trying to be American. I think they were a little bit stiff. Especially when I hear it now, it's tearing my ears apart. With Vietnamese voices, we were the first voices, the placeholder voices was actually recorded by myself. And they were kind of definitely not authentic, but they sound quite right. But then I'm not sure how we did it, but we got in contact with some community here, and we get photos for the faces and also I think for the voices as well, maybe. Or actually, it was maybe done in London as well. We did quite a good Czech voice acting, which was common at these years. Mafia 1 was with voice acting in Czech. So Vietcong came out with also good Czech voice acting. And we really spent a lot of time with Shigor and Michal Marianek in the studio doing the voice direction with one of the professional voice acting directors there. So that was quite cool. But yeah, I think our ability to write and record voices at the time was kind of limited, which didn't damage the game that much, but especially Americans were kind of laughing at the writing and voices, I guess. So so there is some question: who are the actors playing main characters? As I said, these were like some artists from a Czech art scene, which were friends of our designer Michal. So it was funny for these artists to be on the billboards next to the road all over the country, because Vietcong had a big advertising campaign in Czech Republic. So, Christian, do you see some more questions?
There was also a question about how long it took to form the team, and maybe you can. I think it means the Pterodon team, probably.
Yeah, actually, it's the company was founded in '97 when me and Michael have returned from Germany, where we were working on games before, and we actually took the third Michael with us, Michael Marianek, and then we started making games. With the Germans, we did some strategy game for them, something like Warcraft, I would say. But then we started cooperating with some Czech investment company, Illusion Softworks. They were doing games as well, but we knew them from 90s, and we started doing games for them. So we worked on a game called Flying Heroes. So we grew the team from 4 people to 15 during the development of Flying Heroes, and then for Vietcong we started this like 15 people, and at the end of Vietcong 2 we were like 45 people. So that's, and actually we were recruiting people from Czech Republic mainly, especially for the first game. Then on 2004, Czech Republic joined European Union. So actually it was much easier to get people from abroad. And also because of Vietcong, we had some ties and some fans. So we got some French artists coming to Czech Republic to work on Vietcong 2 with us, which was kind of funny. Because, yeah, we were not used to work with foreigners at the time, so they were a little bit left out. But I think it turned out quite well, and we are still good friends with Leonel and Christian. As you can hear, he even moved to Czech Republic, to Brno later, to work on Mafia 2 with us. But then he escaped back to Denmark.
Yeah, but they were good times. And I
so
don't know, maybe we could hear how some of the people joined the team. I don't know if there are any interesting stories there. Maybe not.
I don't know. Maybe you guys should tell us some stories how you joined, like Shigor, Zdeněk, Benny, Jerry, Bob.
Those are not stories that can be told in public.
Okay.
At least in my case.
Shigor is not that drunk for telling these stories. Actually, Shigor was a soldier at the time when he joined. So I picked him up on the train station in his like soldier uniform. Very nice haircut. Soldier haircut. And he just joined. That was funny.
I
Now
don't
he
think
has,
I ever told you, Eric, but I only looked for work for about half a year. I originally expected that the Vietcong and Pterodon will be just something to do, so I can survive up until the summer when I was expecting to go back to the army. Well, didn't.
And never again.
That's actually one of those things that I'm glad it didn't happen as I originally planned. I would probably fired from the army a few years later.
So since we are talking about sometimes before Pterodon, we can maybe before Vietcong, we can maybe look at this beautiful trailer of a game we did just before Vietcong. It's a little bit different genre.
So you would like to fly for the Sky Knights?
Trpaslík ne.
So this was released 2000 in February or March. So this is where we learned the 3D engines and first-person shooters and also multiplayer. It was like kind of mix between Descent and Quake 3. But they actually supposed to be a game about trading and exploring land. But it ended up being just fights in arenas.
By the way, the character animations were done with rotoscoping from real videos, and the mage woman and the short guy in the beginning were both played in real by Jarek.
Really? I didn't know.
Who is? Yeah, I remember that.
Well,
because I animated those, and the guy with the cigar was me, actually.
Very
Don't know who played the hammer guy.
To be honest, the optics reminded me of a mixture between Unreal and Gothic 2.
I think that's not bad.
Yeah.
This was
not enough Gothic series.
It was one of the best games no one played. That was actually that was actually
that was an actual award.
Award that we almost won. No, we were just nominated. We haven't we haven't won that award. So it's even worse to be nominated in this award and not win it, because then really no one knows about you.
It's pretty sad, man.
No, it was fun. We had so much fun.
It was a good game, you know. It had a few faults, but if we had time to fix it, I think it would be a great game. And by the way,
with online multiplayer, it could be a killer. It could be a really great one. Yeah.
And there were some issues with the multiplayer thanks to some Windows bugs. It was like Windows 25 era, right? So, or maybe Windows 98, sorry. But I wanted to say that this was really the first 3D like DirectX project for the team, and even like before, like 2 months before the release, the the project and the exe file was still called 3D because it was like Eric's, Michal Janáček's first 3D just attempt to do something, and it evolved into Flying Heroes, and after until the end it was called 3D. Yeah, so at the last moment we have renamed it.
Well, I'm not actually myself into such fast-paced action shooter games like that, but I do think that if you do a remake of the game, that it would sell.
Well, actually, if we are talking about remakes, I would rather remake Vietcong than Flying Heroes. I don't know if you would agree with me, but I think it would be better.
Remaking Vietcong in a newer engine would be so fucking awesome. It is a niche. It is indeed a niche genre of realistic shooters that don't go all guns a-blazing, run to the front, die, respawn like that. In the co-op, if you play it with one life only and stuff like that, it is a little bit different. And most other games don't offer that. So you do have a niche and players that will buy the game. I'd support it. I'd buy it.
Yeah, we actually did some kind of poll like a month ago, and yeah, some people said that they would buy a game like that. So actually, I have another video for you. This video is from the museum where we just went there. I don't know. We get contact from some guy in a magazine about weapons, and we contacted him, and he got some contacts in a museum, and they basically brought us into some kind of storage, and where they had all these weapons, and the guy, he was like the gun maniac or enthusiast. He knew everything about the guns. So we spent, I don't know, like full day there in this archive of this museum, and he was like showing us. He was explaining all the details, everything, like and animators were there, artists were there, like looking at this, like really looking at how the guns are behaving, what's going, how it works.
That's one of the things that I loved. The game never pretended like Half-Life did that the 9mm ammo would fit into the M4, something like that. They in the game they both shared it. So in this game it's totally different. Every weapon has its own ammo and you need to refill and all that. It's awesome, and it shows in such details that you had such effort in it.
So we are now photographing the guns on our, I think it was already digital cameras at the time. So you see the sitting guy is the manager of the archive. So it was just for fun.
I had one more question, if there is time.
Yeah.
What's the history about mini jungle game just before the release of Vietcong? Is it related? Is it also Pterodon or?
Mini jungle game? I don't know.
Yeah, no, there was a very small mini jungle game in the browser to play, and I thought it was released by you guys before Vietcong was released. No, maybe I'm mistaken.
I don't know. What do you think, guys? Do we have something to do with the mini jungle game? I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it was The Gathering. they had the marketing website for vietcongu.
Ah, that's true. The marketing guys at the Take-Two, yeah, they did some stuff. That's true.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yes. Well, it was also fun. It was a top view, 2D. It was also multiplayer, I thought. No. Never mind. No.
Yeah, well, it was so far away, so long time ago that we don't remember it. Anyway, so do we have some more questions? Christian, do you see something that is worth discussing?
Let me see. I don't really see any questions now.
Zdeněk just went out. He is taking care of kids.
You were talking about the obstacle technique, like with a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Could I ask who specifically came with this technique? Was it Ivo Novak?
No,
I'm quite
I don't think
curious about that.
I'm not sure. No, it was definitely not Sol, Ivo Novak. I think.
I wasn't here for a while.
Benny, who came up with the aiming and popping up over obstacle thing?
Wow, I don't know. It was you, isn't it?
Maybe. We were actually. There was another
maybe
story.
Collective solution for a problem.
There was a. I think most of the things in the game were done like collectively designed by the team, I would say. Like we were looking at things from different angles. Zdeněk was looking at it from like the authenticity and historical accuracy angle. I was looking at it from gameplay perspective, and everyone was able to discuss, and we had quite heated discussions. Maybe it was Pavel Širuček's idea. I don't know. But what I wanted to say is that we had this. We made a contact with the guy. He served in the Czech army, but he got a Rangers training, and then because he was on a mission in Yugoslavia, then he got the Rangers training. Then he was another mission in I guess Kosovo or something, and then he had a
Kosovo, Serbia.
Green Berets training, and then he went back to Czech Republic to the Czech army and realized that it's not that advanced for him, so he left from the army. So we found this guy, and he was our consultant regarding like the tactics and weapon handling. And he was showing us a lot of things regarding like how the movements and sounds and so on. So I think the inspiration for some movements came from discussion with this guy. That was pretty useful for us, because obviously, except probably Shigor, no one had the military training back then. I can see Michal Marianek here. Hello, Marisha. Cool. So what else? Christian, some more questions you see?
There was a question, when is Vietkong remake coming?
Well, wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it be good to have it for the 20th anniversary? No, I don't know.
To bylo teďka.
Oh no.
No.
I've got a question regarding the development of the original game. Hello?
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, hi. Sorry. Many people here may not be familiar with how development of a project like making of a game happens. When you got the original team together, could you tell us a little bit about the different parts of that team and how they came together to actually work on the project?
So as I said before, we started this company a few years before. We were just two guys. Then we got our sound guy and our first artist, proper artist, because I was doing art before and animations. And then we just hired some more programmers, some more artists, I guess. And we did this fantasy game, Flying Heroes. Zdeněk was hired as well during the time. He was actually doing the not research. He was like building the stories of the characters and stories of the world. And then the team was there. Like we were 15 of us, and we got this idea of making a Rambo game with a publisher. So we started working on it, and there we had departments, obviously programmers, which was mainly Michal Janáček, the lead programmer and also co-owner of the company with me. So plus Benny joined at the time. We had the audio programmer, which was very important for us because Vietkong had such a like focus on sounds, because at the time sounds were possible to be done quite accurately. Graphics not so much because the hardware not there yet, but audio wise we could be quite realistic. We had programmer for multiplayer. I don't know if it was already for Vietkong 1, but Petr's brother, like musician as well, I think he played also in the band Rudé Kostry. So he was a multiplayer programmer. We had Marek, who was physics programmer, doing physics and stuff. We had the rendering programmer Ivo Novák, Sol. And then we have like animators, that was Petr. And we had Petr Gerhard from Slovakia. And art department basically doing models and textures. And designers were kind of not knowing what they were doing. I was leading them. We did not know how to like design a game, design levels, nothing. We were just trying to make it, and yeah, we were trying things, and we did a demo first, like in the jungle, some running around with some characters. So there is a question about the character of Nat, Leduy Nat. So he is on Facebook, right? That's correct, because he was the guide for the guys who visited Vietnam, which was Michal Marianek and Petr Kovač. We sent them there. His name was I think maybe it's his name in the game as well. But he was the guide who basically took our guys on all the like Mekong Delta, Halong Bay, Highlands, and so on.
Ti říkám, zkus si stáhnout Vietkong a zahraj si to na této mapě, Mulťák.
Hello, Jaro.
Mít problémy.
Hi. Sorry, I'm late. Hello, everybody. Michal.
Ciao.
Nazdar, Marišu.
Ciao.
Your voice sounds quite different over Discord. You missed quite a lot.
Yeah, sorry, I had to put kids to bed.
Yeah, those kids, I know.
Yeah, I was there in Vietnam actually. It was a very intensive 14 days with guy told Nick. I think he used to be a vietcong. No, he was South Vietnamese.
Yeah.
So he
I think you
showed
said.
us all the places.
I think you said he was also fighting against the French, right?
Yeah,
Because
I think so. Yeah. But well, he showed us all the places, all the war places, the dungeons and everything. It was amazing. I don't know if the guy is if he's alive actually. Is he still alive?
Yeah, I think he's still posting stuff on Facebook.
Really?
So there is a question about why Philippe Auchal was not in the Vietnam. Well, actually, because we just have money to send 2 guys into the Vietnam, and we sent designer and artist. They were doing photos because photos were not available on the internet back then, and we were actually doing sounds from Czech Republic. Actually, a lot of even textures were made in Czech Republic. Forests, buildings. So that was kind of funny.
Dogs.
I'm trying to find some videos of sound recording, which are quite funny. So, Christian, do you have some more questions? Or maybe, Marisha, do you want to share something with us, some thoughts, like what you are proud of and what is most something interesting from the development? We've been talking about these things before, but you have not been here. Michal was, just for you guys, Michal was one of the designers. He was doing the cutscenes. He was the one who brought the crew, like his friends, the artists were the faces of the squad. And Michal was also working with me on some of the gameplay decisions regarding how to like put these things into action. So, Michal.
Yeah, and watching the Vietnam War movies over and over again.
So, Michal is the movie guy, so he was watching movies whilst Danny was reading the documents and books. And we just put these things together. So, something, Michal? Like, what is the? Yes, we can hear you. Right, they are not talking. They have Microsoft muted, so we can hear ourselves better. And they are writing.
Yeah, in general, it was a very interesting experience because at the beginning we didn't know anything about Vietnam War. You know, I don't know if it was said that it was originally the Rambo game.
Yeah, we actually looked at the video, the first development diary.
All right. Yeah, and well, so we didn't know anything. So we had to learn everything and research everything about Vietnam War, and it was a very interesting experience. So it was it was very exciting, exciting times. And also, there were so many things. The collaboration with the Czech Vietnamese community. Did you talk about that actually? That we met a girl who introduced us with Vietnamese people living in Czech Republic. You know, selling goods in the Czech Republic, and they collaborated with us. They acted the sounds and provide their faces for textures. And well, it was also another amazing experience to. I think I became friend with them after those months of working, and I'm actually still in touch with the girl.
Yeah, are you
today? Yeah.
Mimi. What she's doing?
She's she's got 2 kids now, and she's a businessman.
She always was. Right?
She always was, yes. She was amazing. And yeah, so I just arrived, so I don't know what did you talk about? So I don't want to say the same things.
Oh, it's quite cool. So can you tell us something about the cutscenes, for example?
Well, cutscenes. Well, yeah,
the briefings and helicopters.
I think we both together we watched so many Vietnam movies, or at least me, over and over again, because it was really it's not only about the cutscenes, but to create Vietnam atmosphere and all the details. I think the movies was a good resource for that. The factual information is just one part, but to bring like emotions, all those details, details the game was built on. It was all the movies was very important. At least for me, was very important source of information. How do people move? How they talk together. How I was also helping to direct the motion capture, right? The move, the actors, coordinate the actors. So we really had to learn this from the sources we had, and that was the movies as well.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. We are trying to combine the cutscenes with the game, so it's relatively seamlessly implemented. We didn't want to have like a long story cutscenes. We wanted to have just the short videos where we set up the scene and then we just play.
There's a question here about the credit scene. Was that also a cutscene, or was it a simulation?
So actually, that's a very good question, because that was a test scene for our AI programmer, or main lead programmer, Michael. He was testing the AI in this stream level. He basically put 2 teams of players played by AI into the scene, and he was just watching how it worked, and he was tweaking the AI behaviors on that scene. And then we just realized, well, why not use this scene, and we just put some random cameras at some random places, and it's actually AI playing during the credits. So, and then we had a lot of photos, as you can see if you play the game and watch the credits. You see a huge amount of photos that we made during the development. Some crazy stuff, like us being in pubs or having meetings with our publishers and so on. So we put all these photos there just for us to remember. And I watched it like a month ago, and it was kind of like looking at the family album, seeing
That's
all
really
these
nice.
memories.
What about Easter eggs? There was already talk about the buddy. So there's also a zombie at the base camp. Does anyone remember anything about this?
Well, actually, it should be Benny or Shigor to talk about Easter eggs, because these were the ones putting most of them there.
All right, so I'll start. Most of the most of the Easter eggs that were added in the game were mostly made in the last few days before we actually shipped the game to be burned to CDs. So when we were thinking all the bugs are gone, we now have some time. We've added as much stupid Easter eggs as we could. There was graphics stuff that graphics made. There are those cuckoo clock in the jungle, zombies in the base camp. I think it was because we had animation of zombies. I don't know why we did that, but we've added it there. What else was there in the base camp? I think there was a way to summon a tank, way to drive a car in the next mission, which was actually originally you were expected to drive, but then we, for some reason, I think it was feedback from the publisher, decided to block it for the player because there were issues with people crashing and driving away. But we made it available via the Easter egg. I don't know, Benny, you made some too. Maybe you remember something?
Yeah, that truth about Rosenfield that Christina mentioned, yeah, it was mine. And then
What
in
was it?
Vietcong... Sorry?
What was it? I don't remember it.
They've posted a YouTube video where's this one, the Vietcong Easter eggs, and if you open this link, it will jump to the time when it happens. I'm not sure how the mission was called, I don't remember, but it was kind of like a corridor mission, like on an island, and there was raining, and there was some wave of Vietcong enemies, and when you shot most of them and left like one or two, you could take them back to the helicopter and then kill them, and there were some voice lines around it. Yeah, so this was truth about Rosenfield.
That's terrible. You know, basically Easter eggs are kind of banned from games since the hot coffee thing, which happened to GTA. So after that, developers are no more allowed to put Easter eggs into games because someone can dig it and problems can appear. So that's kind of not so nice. So actually, I have some videos of voice recording, which I will share with you. So this is actually from Vietcong 2, but it was not much different for Vietcong 1. We just don't have the footage. So we have a sound guy recording it. And these are actually the members of the team having fun.
Does this also include the part where I jump on the hood of the car?
I don't know. I'll definitely not gonna watch it. It seems like a hot summer day. So this is how the voices are, sounds are being recorded.
It's burning.
And it was next to, close by to the office. No, it was not close by to the office. And I have another one, which maybe more interesting. Well.
Já si myslím, že to budeme točit v tom, ne?
Tak já zbuď to máš.
So we just bought some meat.
Když je nějaký větší flak, tak když si jim budeš klepat, tak on možná nějaký zvuk dělat bude, ne?
Víš co?
Když je větší flak.
No, to bude jako...
Oh man.
So, and obviously after this session we had a team barbecue, as you can imagine.
At least you
But
didn't do
nobody
it.
wanted to eat it.
So we haven't wasted any meat.
Oh.
Yeah, with that meat. Well,
Maciej
they were
Maso.
like they cleaned their hands, and then we burned the meat, so it was totally fine.
Jdu mlátit maso. Ty jdeš jako ho masturbovat. Ne, já jdu hrát Vietcong.
So you know, we had like it was fun making games back then, and I think it still is. But we had a lot of fun. I will show you another video. It's like behind the scenes video when we were showing Vietcong 2 to the journalist. So it was in Prague. This was our consultant, Chris Thompson. Our producer, Simon Picard. So we showed the journalist a few levels in single player like this, presentation like this. And then we moved to Pro Gamers Cafe where we played multiplayer together.
Semtex. Oh my god, to je ten český nápoj.
It's expected.
I have no idea what's the name of the song in the video. I think it's like some quite usual Vietnamese song. If you go to a Vietnamese bistro, you hear these songs there.
I actually remember this event. I went to Prague to visit at this point. I was still a teenager, mind you. And I remember, Jadek, you suggested, I guess because you thought, oh, Christian, he speaks English. You suggested that I should do some of the interviews. And I won't forget the look on the producer's face when you said that. He was basically ready to kill you for suggesting a teenager to take this.
Wow.
All right. So how about that multiplayer? Or do we have some more questions, topics to cover? Fop is leaving. Bye-bye. Vietcong speedrunners, I don't know. If someone wants to play the game fast, that's fine. I don't have anything against it. So regarding the music licensing was done through Take-Two. They were doing these things for us. It was actually for Vietcong 1, they were really great because they really liked the project, and we spent quite a lot of time with them. We had a producer, Rupert, on site with us in Brno for many months. So it was quite a fruitful collaboration between the publishing and us. It was quite good, quite great. There were some changes during 2004, so the finishing of Vietcong 2 and the release of it wasn't that smooth. But how many levels are cut from Vietcong 2? Well, many, I guess. Because originally we were supposed to make this game in 1 year. And we decided to not only do the game, but also change the engine, rewrite the AI code, rewrite the multiplayer, also rewrite the physics and rendering, because there were these new shaders coming up. So we started these things, and then there wasn't that much time doing the game. We actually spent 18 months developing Vietcong 2, but it was still not enough. So we were just cutting here and there. And then before the game was released, the rendering engine came about. So and then we realized the game doesn't run on the contemporary computers. So it was not very good for the game. But anyway.
But you know, it was all because of really strong pressure from 2K and from Illusion Softworks and Take-Two. So I think if we had more time for the game, we would be able to finish it and finish it in the form that it should be originally, and it will be much better. So I'm sad because they really pushed us somewhere. You know, Vietcong 1 had success, so they could easily allow us to use more time and finish.
There was this whole shift between PC games and console games, and we were so much attached to PC that we kind of not really supported consoles properly. Also, I was young and stupid, and I didn't push back. So I was kind of did what they said. So I could fight more, and we could have developed the game for like 4 more if I knew what I knew now. Like if you look at other games done at the time, they took, I don't know, 4 years, 8 years, and still it was okay. I was just afraid to spend so much time developing the game. Yeah, we released it too early, or we haste the production of the game a little bit too much. So there are some there's some talk about Vietcong 2 Palace mission. Well, you know, the funny thing was that because we were quite successful with Vietcong, or we thought we are, and we thought that we know how to make this game, how make this kind of games, how to do first-person shooters. When we saw this little game, which was released in 2004, Call of Duty, there's some quite nice moments, so we thought we can do them as well. And that's why some of the Vietcong 2 missions were happening in the city. And actually, we were not that great yet. We didn't know how to make games properly, so we kind of failed there. So, yeah.
So can I have a question?
Uh,
So there are maps like Hallongport, Waterfall, and Storm, where they're supposed to be in story, or it was just maps
no.
designed for multiplayer.
Actually, these were not supposed to be in story. These were supposed to be just multiplayer. Like Hallongport is, if you look at the map, it's Halong Bay is way up on north. There was no war at there. It's just Hollywood movies took this beautiful scene as a inspiration. Well, actually, if I'm thinking about it, there was actually when we were doing the Rambo version of the game, there were I think some part of the game happening in Hallongport, but this was not anything close to what we had with the final level in Vietcong. So we plan to have a Rambo level happening in Halong. That's true.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry?
Thank you.
Okay. So, what else? Yeah, I think it's getting late. It's in Czech Republic. We have like 10:30 in the night. Some people from the Asia are going away because it's too late there. So unless you have some questions, we may jump into the multiplayer. We start playing, and then I think us developers will slowly disappear. I guess. Or okay. So do we have some server to join? I think Petr can't.
Yes, there is a server open right now with stream map. There is already like 15 players inside.
Okay. I don't think we can have another song because it's quite late and Petr can't disturb his neighbors with the loud guitar playing.
You can go on guest server. There is 18 players online.
So maybe I can start streaming again, and you can help me with that. Vietcong has crashed last time. That's correct.
Ty vole, to oni mají 4K přiblížený. Nebo co?
So I'm installing Direct Play on my computer now. And I can't see anything. Oh, I'm not able to stream. I'm not a streamer. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but we was watching your game. It opened, but maybe it didn't appear for you.
Yeah, I was streaming it. I know, but
You had a black screen, or?
no. I was, but it was just too small on my monitor. I couldn't.
Oh, the
see it.
resolution. Okay, yeah.
Because I can't play it the full screen because it doesn't stream. I play it in window, but so I'll play in full screen. I will not share it with you. I'm joining multiplayer internet. Which server should we go?
It's a stream map, Vietcong League.
Cement dust on a GS server.
What?
It's a stream CTF mode, Vietcong League EU game server.
So I'm joining. I probably forgot to change my name, so I don't know how I will be named.
We will recognize you.
Yeah, you'll just look at the kill score and
yeah, here it's your name, Jarek.
Am I? Oh, yeah, I'm Jarek. Good.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
So last time I played on 800, 600. Now I have like a little bit bigger resolution. So really, Jarek is there. I'm playing. I don't know. Should I try to stream it? No, I think it was not possible. Can you see something?
Yeah, we see it.
Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, looks good. So far, looks good.
Okay. So we are playing capture flag. Mind you, I actually don't know how to play this game. Well, I move forward, can aim.
And also, I must also mention all price of work on the engine, because the engine is almost 15 years old, and even the game is old on new systems like Windows 10, Windows 7. It works perfectly on high resolution and doesn't have any problems like many games from that time. I know many games what doesn't run, doesn't start anything, and needed a couple of patches. But vietcongu doesn't need that. Maybe maybe there is some community tool named VC Starter, but I'm discovered if on a Windows 10 it's installed the correctly drivers, the game doesn't need this patch.
That's interesting. I was thinking that the game only runs because the community takes care of the game, of the exe. So patching the game by community.
It runs much better with patch. I had lags without it.
Yeah, big thanks to Bershi who have made VC Starter. So sad he is not available and he's not with us today. He's been offline, off lights for very long now, maybe over 3 or 4 years. But yeah, he have made a lot of things. Big thanks to him, if he will ever watch this video.
Very good.
Okay, so I think whoever is gonna watch this stream, you will see me just like helplessly running around and then being shot. This is the gameplay I will show you today.
Oh, good.
So
Já se furt trápím na té stejné mapě.
I may follow
Tato mapa
someone
se mi moc nelíbí, no.
to not get lost. So regarding this level, it was Zdeněk's idea to put it like this. He created like a 2D map of the level. Then we had our artist David, who created the scene, and then we have our level designer Lubomir, who reshuffled the obstacles and made it much better in terms of balance and gameplay. Art-wise, the guys went to the mountains to record the actual like animated textures. Oh, almost. I almost killed him. So the animated water was not really a thing back then. So these effects were quite beautiful at the time when the game was released. The textures, I think here, they are from like some Czech mountains, Czech rocks. We've been photographing the plants in the botanical garden, but I'm not sure if these are like proper Asian plants. I was at the time, my biggest hobby was like photographing these logs and fallen trunks. So whenever I was on a family trip, I was always stopping in the forest by these fallen trees and I was making photographs of them, which really annoyed my wife.
Odkud ty sera?
I think the sounds are still quite good even nowadays.
Ty vole.
I'm going to die. I'm going to die pretty soon, I guess. Nice shot. Thank you. Looked almost like a Vietnamese hat. This sombrero, which some people hate.
Jaký hardcore. Pojď. Čech tady je.
Okay. Guys, so I think I will quit now. So it was very nice to have you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for playing our game. Thank you for enjoying what the game brought to you. We are happy that even after 18 years you are still enjoying it. I'm glad that thank you. I'm glad that some of my old teammates have joined. Actually, some of my current teammates are still there. Like Benny, Shigor, we are still working together. And yeah, maybe there will be some more stuff coming from us for you, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. It's
Any
been
last
really
words?
fun. Thank you.
Any last words, Benny?
We all love you.
Yes, that was great. I would not do that better.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Cool.
For remake in 2 years.
Sorry that we haven't really prepared it. It was just random thoughts and talks and some videos. I think someone was doing video. I guess so. We may see this little performance on YouTube or somewhere. I guess we'll see. And maybe we'll do. Maybe we'll do another stream later. You know, I think since you still play the game, we may go back to it. Anyway. And I think you should keep on playing the multiplayer, but without me. Because I'm really not the guy to play multiplayer, team multiplayer with. I'm okay with playing multiplayer against other people, but without team, because I'm not afraid of losing, but I'm not really happy to spoil someone else's games. Cool. So have fun. See you later.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Larry. Good night.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever time zone you are in. Bye bye. Ciao.
Yeah, have a good time.
Oh. Perkele. 3 hodiny streamuju. To je overkill. To je na mě až moc velký overkill. Ach, děkuji, že jste navštívil tento stream. I když jsem jako moc neříkal, tak jako sedět tady u toho, hrát to. To je důvod, proč se streamuju dlouho, ale vždycky jenom hodinu. Ke konci už to začalo být takový jako z mýho pohledu trochu slabší, nudnější. A možná to bude jenom tím, jak jsem byl trochu, jak se to řekne, trochu vyfrustrovaný, jo, jak jsem byl frustrovaný z toho vietcongu multiplayeru, pak tam přišli hráči, kteří to hrajou každý den. A já mám občas potíže, hlavně na začátku toho gameplay jsem měl potíž jako rozeznat ty odstíny zelení, jak jsem to dlouho nehrál. A to je věc, co se dá trénovat. Tronda Troják, dobrý večer. Teď se loučím. Mějte se fanfárově, papa.